Read and Listen Stories by Mumtaz Masood, illustrated by Yasin.
Linda and Belinda. Long ago, two brothers married two sisters called Linda and Belinda. They were neither rich nor poor. They had enough to eat, but they had to save up for anything extra. "We really need new curtains," said one of the brothers, "but we don't have enough money to buy from the shop." "Why don't you buy materials?" said Linda with excitement in her eyes, "and we will make the curtains for you." "Yes," said Belinda. "We didn't know you could sew," said the brothers. "Buying material and sewing it will be much cheaper than buying new curtains from the shop." The next morning, the brothers went and bought 2 pairs of scissors, needles, gold thread, and silk material before they went to work. Linda picked up the scissors excitedly and started snipping the materials into small pieces. "Snip, snip, snip, snip," they both cried, throwing the pieces of material into the air, laughing and giggling all the while. They had a lot of fun doing this. The brothers were not amused, but they did not say anything. They did not want to hurt Linda and Belinda's feelings. They were too tired after a hard day's work, and they did not like arguments. The king was throwing a ball at the palace. An invitation was sent to Linda and Belinda too. "We will join you after work," said the brothers. "Wear something heavy and expensive and sit somewhere high to impress the people," the brothers suggested. "That's a good idea," said Linda. "Yes," agreed Belinda. Linda looked carefully around the house. Her eyes caught the rugs on the floor. She thought, "they are heavy and expensive. Belinda, we should wear these," she said. Belinda agreed. So they wrapped the rugs around themselves and off they went to the palace. "Let's go and sit on the roof, then we will be higher than everybody else," said Linda. "Yes," agreed Belinda. "Look at what they're wearing. Look at where they're sitting," whispered people to each other, trying hard not to laugh. When the brothers arrived at the king's palace after work, they couldn't see their wives anywhere. Eventually, they spotted them sitting on the roof, wrapped in rugs. They were very embarrassed and left immediately. This time, they were very cross with Linda and Belinda. The sisters were very cross with them too, especially as they had tried so hard to make them happy. So they decided to leave home. On the way, they saw a tree which was swaying to and fro in the wind. "Oh, look, that poor tree is so cold. Let's put our scarf and jumpers on it," said Linda. "Okay," said Belinda. Next, they met a barking dog. "Look, Belinda," said Linda, "he has come to persuade us to come back home, but we're not going." "No," said Belinda. Each time they saw an animal, they thought it had been sent by their husbands to persuade them to return home. It so happened that the king's camel, which was loaded with jewels, had escaped. Linda and Belinda saw the animal. By now the sisters were rather tired of walking. "I think our husbands are really sorry," said Linda. "Yes," agreed Belinda. They got hold of the camel's rein and returned home. When the husbands saw their wives returning with the camel loaded with jewels, they were overjoyed. They unloaded all the jewels the camel was carrying and shooed it away. They threw sweets from the roof, telling their wives it was raining sweets. Linda and Belinda had a great time catching the sweets and eating it. Before going to work the next morning, the husbands requested that their wives not to leave the door, meaning to stay indoors, because they were concerned that someone would inquire about the jewels. The king's men shortly afterwards came looking for the camel. They knocked on every door. Eventually they came to Linda and Belinda's house and asked whether they had seen their camel loaded with jewels. "Yes, we did," said Linda. "We did," agreed Belinda. "Come with us to the palace," said the men. "But we can't go without our door," said Linda. "We promise we won't. If you want us to come with you, we will have to take the door." So the door was cut down, and 2 men walked along Linda and Belinda, carrying the door all the way to the palace. A procession of people were behind them, wanting to know what was happening, whispering to each other and trying not to laugh at the funny sight. When the minister at the palace saw the scene, he was totally startled. "Who are these women?" he asked. "They said they saw the camel, sir," replied the man. "What? When did you see it?" the minister asked them. "The night it rained sweets," replied Linda. "The night it rained? What do you mean? Why have you brought a door with you?" He did not wait to hear the answer. He demanded that the two crazy ladies and everybody else leave his office immediately, as he had a very bad headache. The brothers never complained about the crazy things Linda and Belinda did again, because they had become rich.